This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, Creating a Skills Inventory. As I visit corporate clients, I am always amazed to see how out of touch IT managers are in terms of knowing the talents and abilities of their staff. Such ignorance makes it difficult to properly assign staff to project assignments. Consequently, there is a tendency for companies to hire too many outside consultants or purchase training programs unnecessarily. Why? Because most IT organizations refuse to take the time to develop and maintain a simple skills inventory, which catalogs and rates the skills of their human resources. You cannot capitalize on the talents of your staff if you do not know what they are. A skill is a developed aptitude or ability for performing a certain task. It represents specific knowledge or talents as developed by education and/or experience. Skills relate to the type of work we do and the tools and techniques we use. We can define skills as vaguely or as precisely as we so desire, but the real value of a skills inventory lies in precision. The following are categories of skills we have developed for information technology organizations, such as basic business skills, such as conducting a meeting, interviewing, speaking, presentations, writing, email, word processing, and so on. Next, understanding of business functions, knowledge of a specific corporate function such as marketing, sales, manufacturing, inventory, and so on. Degrees and certifications, for example, associate's degree, bachelor's, master's, doctoral, trade certifications, notary public, and so on. Languages, both foreign, such as French, German, Italian, Japanese, and Spanish, or programming, such as BASIC, C, COBOL, Java, Pascal, etc. Methodology, listing the phases and activities of an in-house methodology, such as the PRIDE methodologies for IRM. And standards, corporate policies, writing standards, design and development, and so on. Then we have tools and techniques, programming techniques such as object-oriented programming, database design, DBMS, case tools, program generators, workbenches, office suites, graphic packages, and so on. Some companies also use a skills inventory to track the talents of machine resources. Some have found it of value to inventory such things on a computer as languages supported, memory, program utilities, compilers, backup programs, and various other attributes about the operating system. This is useful for tracking hardware resources and determining when it is necessary to upgrade equipment. Knowing a resource's skill is one thing, knowing its level of proficiency is another. Skills and proficiencies are not synonymous, although they are complementary. Proficiency refers to the degree of knowledge or experience someone or something possesses for performing a task. Proficiency is normally based on some sort of scale, such as 1 low to 9 high. In many organizations, the establishment of any proficiency rating is a highly sensitive subject, as it is believed it is used for job performance review. In this situation, most people will use an average proficiency rating, meaning a 5. Unfortunately, this will not help in analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of our human and machine resources. After the list of skills has been prepared, they should be developed into a survey for each resource. Although the survey could be circulated, it is recommended human resources be interviewed individually to clarify intent and responses. Here the resources not asked how well they know a specific skill, such as good or bad. Instead, they are asked to qualify their response. For example, they could qualify as an instructor or expert in this area. They could act as an assistant instructor, has had formal training or experience as a student, is familiar with the concept or subject. This approach is much less intimidating to employees and tends to produce honest results. From this, a skills inventory can be developed to show the skills and proficiency of each resource. Also, an average resource proficiency rating can be calculated for each skill, which may indicate the need for additional training. Determining the proficiency of machine resources can be far less painstaking. Depending on the equipment, an operator or product manual can easily describe the capabilities of the equipment. There are many ways to create and maintain a skills inventory, such as a simple card, catalog, or index, commercial software, or even a simple database package as found on most of today's PCs. For a basic skills inventory, only 2 reports are needed. First, a resource profile describing the skills of a single resource. And second, the skill description describing all of the resources with a specific skill. An optional third report can be prepared, a resource/skill matrix, which gives a more global view of resources to skills. Examples of such reports can be found on my blog site. By analyzing these reports, it may become obvious there is a lack of talent for a particular skill or set of skills. Consequently, this may trigger the need for either some training to develop the skill or recruiting new resources with such talent, or both. If the skills inventory has been implemented with computer software, be sure there are some adequate search facilities to quickly reference a particular skill or resource. Also, be sure data entry is simple and clean. One last caveat: if creating a computerized skills inventory, be sure it does not interfere or overlap with anything a human resources department might be doing. Ideally, there should be an interface between the two. Whether human or machine related, skills and proficiencies will change over time. They will not stagnate. Because of this, they should be reviewed on a routine basis to keep them up to date. Maintenance of the skills inventory should be delegated to a qualified person who can safeguard such records. Up to now, we've described a skills inventory in its most fundamental form. However, if done properly, it can be used as a tactical corporate tool, such as providing assistance when performing an organization analysis. Under this scenario, skills can be related to business functions, such as marketing, administration, manufacturing, and so on. As such, assigned proficiency should denote the minimum level required to perform the function. When compared to the average skill proficiency of resources implementing the function, it may be discovered that a function may not be adequately fulfilled. For example, a sales function may require skills such as contract preparation, product presentation, and so on. If we examine the personnel ultimately implementing the function, we may find they either have the wrong skill set or are not as proficient as they need to be. To implement something like this, we need something a little more sophisticated than the basic skills inventory described above. Instead, we need an enterprise-wide mechanism to track such things as business functions, organizational entities, and for this, you will need an IRM repository to catalog and cross-reference such objects as well as other information resources. A simple skills inventory is easy to implement, yet offers tremendous assistance in terms of selecting suitable personnel for project assignments, determining the need for additional training or recruiting new people, evaluating the need to upgrade hardware, career path planning. This is particularly useful when a resource masters one part of a methodology and is ready to graduate to another. Interfaces with human resource management, and holds future potential for performing such service as an organization analysis. Try it. You will either be pleasantly surprised to know the talents your staff possesses or come to the realization your staff needs help. Either way, you will be taking a proactive approach to managing your department. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.